I have access.
Hello, hello, hello. So this is going to be the state of our load order. This is a new load order. I still have all my core mods, but I have turned around and changed and added and done things. I have eliminated a lot of things that we were looking at. I've put some big overhaul style mods up here at the top. I guess I decided I was going to make my cutoff like 200 megabytes, but I guess the Dragon collection, I decided it was big enough to put up here. A lot of smaller textures are down below. I decided to go with divine forests and trees and northern grass, which actually I tried some different things, but I came back to northern grass. I tried a lot of different things. Now we have some difficulty mods here. I decided to keep this difficulty mod, but I added in this that spawns a lot more bad guys in. The two of these together should make the game especially difficult. Should be a lot of fun. Of course, you're going to see me die a lot. That's okay. Now, this is not fully tested yet. I have tested it for a few hours. It is working. It's working well. I've not had any crashes in it. I've had a couple of slowdowns where that one mod was causing people to spawn in. Other than that, I've not had anything. Let's see, is there anything else? Nothing else to really mention. I'm just going to click down through this. You'll notice a lot of the core mods are still here. I've switched back to, a UMP body, and I moved away from the Nephilim thing because, well, all the Nephilim mods are just so big and take up so much space, and it's hard to do a lot of good fun things with that. Not that it's not its own kind of fun, it is, but nonetheless, you'll see a lot of core mods, a lot of the same things are here, but you will see some differences. So again, I'm just trying to click through the biggest part of this in the beginning before I go through and talk about a lot of this individually. Some of these are mods that we have done shows on in the past, and some are not. Some of these mods are things that I chose after trying several other mods, even though some of these are kind of old favorite mods. And then some of these mods are variations of old mods that I've used. It just depends on how you look at it. But I wanted to do something different. I wanted to change it up. After a while, the Nephilim stuff, you just get kind of like, okay, I'm kind of burned out on just, that. I want to go and make a fun game and have some fun and play around for a while. So let me go into more detail now on some of these changes here. Of course, I brought back the friendly SMM. I've been wanting to work with the enhanced texture detail. I've had issues in the past where it just did not seem to work for me. However, I believe it is working. I'm going to say this, though. It is not. I'm not trying to be mean or anything. I don't think it's 100%. I think it really covers a lot and it works really well, but I don't think it's 100%. I'm doing the older original high poly project for fun. I think it will end up working out just as well as the newer one, but we'll see, right? We'll find out. This is Clever Sharps all-in-one. This is the new version that was put up. You know what? I would like to, put up by Jarl Ballin 89. I'm going to give them credit for that. I really appreciate it. This is an all-in-one version. It has a lot of stuff in it. You'll notice all the things it lists here, which I appreciate that. That's really all I ask for, is just a simple list of telling me what's involved. That's great. Notice they mention it has the smelters and it has locks and ash piles. So that saved me a little bit, and I appreciate that. I decided to reload Solstein Genesis because that one was so nice looking, and I was hoping it would go well with this game. Using the this is like the best dragon looking mod that I know of. Okay, if y'all know of something better, you can let me know. But this one's great. After playing around with a lot of different tree mods, I keep coming back to stuff like Divine Texture Pack and Divine Force. It just makes the trees look better. It doesn't overdo anything. It doesn't do the clumpy snow that doesn't look right. And Divine Force just adds in, fleshes out and adds in a few more trees here and there. Now, optionally, some people prefer the Dark Ages Trees of the North, done by the same modder, Tarshana. So, of course, you're going to have very similar things. But that one has a little taller trees, and perhaps they're a little different. If you prefer that mod, then by all means use it. It's actually a little smaller than this mod. I keep flip-flopping, but I think I prefer this one slightly better. Why? I don't know. It's a subjective thing, and it's hard for me to define, but I think I like this one slightly better. So, Northern Grass. It's a big grass mod, but it's so good. I just kept it. I tried to do some different stuff. As you know, I tried the organic. Let me see. Let me show you that, since we're going into detail now. I tried the organic. Where is that at? Pretty sure it's here. This organic Skyrim Flora overhaul by Jarl Ballin 89. Okay, now usually no problem, but for some reason my flowers didn't want to load. Things weren't looking right. Okay, and I'm not trying to put down this mod. I'm saying for me, with the mods I'm using, it wasn't looking right. It wasn't doing like I want. It wasn't doing correctly. So even though I liked it, I liked the trees, the flowers weren't loading good. Things weren't happening. So I decided to let it go. And it's a pretty big mod. I wasn't sure that I really needed that big of a mod to get the appearance I want anyway. So, in the end, I decided to drop it. Okay? It's not a bad mod. It's just that it wasn't working well for me. And it may be there was a slight conflict with other mods I'm using. So if that's the case, that's just life. Sometimes we have to work around those issues, and that's what I did. So instead, I went out and got my grass mod. I got this, and when we get further down, we'll talk about the flora overhauls. Now, I'm still using the Wander Weather. I really like it. There's several varieties of this. You can get varieties that give you all the blizzards and all the dark stuff and all that. But I use this one due to shows. This always gives me nice weather, and it doesn't give me really super dark times. And, I don't even need to use like Skyrim is lit or anything, because this doesn't let it be too dark. Let's see. This was the hardcore ad spawn point that our Highlander Connor, well, you know who you are, told me about. And this is an interesting mod, and I've played around with it some. I think that's going to be fun. Still using some core mods, craftable everything, Taylor's measure. I decided to add this in. This one is good, okay? It does give you a bunch of guys to fight, but I decided to crank it up and add this in so that they're even harder. Now, this might be too much, but we'll see. We'll see how much I die. If I die way too much, then we'll know. Is there anything else new here? A lot of this is the same stuff. I've done a show on this before. This is not anything new. By the way, the same person that did infinite weapons magic power, okay, so that your sword or your bow never runs out of a charge, that's the person who added these spawn points. Now, they made sure that none of these spawn points were near town, okay? I would not suggest, however, that you use anything else that spawns in bad guys like with this mod. Like, you probably wouldn't want to use the Genesis mods, which I've used, and I enjoy, and they're fine. But this spawns in about, from what I'm seeing, about 5 to 10 people for you to fight at a time. So, and now with this, they should be even harder to kill. So it should be pretty fun. The first group that caught me off guard and just killed me. It was so funny. Even if I hadn't been off guard, I think they would have killed me. Because, playing on Legendary, my guy was not very well outfitted. So it's just life. So I decided to bring back City Trees because I really like it. Skyrim Revisited because I really like it. These are just dungeons, just stuff for me to have fun in. Nothing unusual there. I brought this back because I'm using a 7-base body for the females. However, I'm trying to make sure that gets overridden as much as possible by the Nord War stuff. If you do these 4 mods, you will get really basically a good covering of Nord War armors in the game, okay? I think the only thing that's missing from this is like Elven and Orc. Yeah, I don't think we have Elven and Orc, but most everything else is replaced. There is a mod that will cover the Elven and Orc, and maybe the glass as well. I can't remember if it covers glass. So you're going to see that I might still need to add an extra mod in here, just to tweak our little skimpiness. I just threw this back in because it's fun, and it'll just be for girls only, and it'll only replace certain things. It won't do everything in the game, but it gives me some options if I want to fool around with that. This, I decided to do the children's clothing just because it looks better. I think it's better, more fun. Now here's some armors that I added. I only added 3 armors. This is what I'm thinking of using for my guy. This is for the girls, if I have a couple of followers. There's 3 variations of this Elven chainmail that look pretty cool, and there's only one of this, but this looks very cool too. So I thought maybe between these I would have enough for my character and my party to look unique, and let everybody else in the world look like they should with these armors. Now I might need to, as I said, I might need to change it up and get the Elven and Orc armors for Nord War, because that might complete the look and feel better. We'll see. As always, I did my little overhauls for the people to make them look good. I also enhanced the Atronachs with Raxonate's enhanced Atronachs with leveling and luminosity so that they glow and everything. They provide good light. Now, this is a description. I don't ask for this much description on a mod, but Raxonate knows how to give you a description. Okay, you don't have to do this much description. We're not asking for that. But on the Xbox, a little description is better because we need a little bit of a description. It's harder for us. Like you put the link to the Nexus mod. Well, that's great, but that means I have to go get on a computer or type all that in myself, or there's complications. On your Xbox, yes, you can go out and search a website, but I don't think most of us actually do that. I can do it. I've shown you how to do it before, but it's not that great. It can work, and you can do it, but it's not that great. So, but just, and you don't have to give this kind of detail, in-depth description. But when people say, oh, I can't give you an adequate description, and then I look at this mod and I say, yes, you can. You can give me a simple, adequate description. It does not have to be a book. Raxonate has really gone overboard here, but I really appreciate all the information. That's really nice. So, just saying. Oh, and another note. I want to make another note while we're here and while we're talking about these things. One reason I'm going to use this for a while, especially a lot, and I think this one too, but especially this one, is that the heels on this does not clip into the ground. My only negative with this mod is that you have to have light armor forging in your inventory, but I don't care. I'll deal with it. It's one book. But the heels do not clip, and it just proves. Now, I'm not trying to be mean, but some people say that, oh, well, you can't fix that. That doesn't work on Xbox, and it can't be fixed. That's just not totally true. Now, I understand if you don't know how to fix it, that's quite all right. I understand. That's okay. But I don't like the misinformation. Okay, because it can be done. There's older mods. I have another older mod that you've seen me use where they wear this vampire chainmail rogue outfit, and those heels don't clip either. And I think this outfit, there's no clipping here as far as the heels clipping into the floor. Now there's a slight clipping with the skirt and the leg, but that's not what we're talking about. So heels can be done on the Xbox correctly. Again, not trying to be mean to anyone, but when you say it can't be done, that's not totally true. You may not know how to do it, or it may be more difficult than you want, or whatever, and those things I understand. If you say, I just don't have the time to do that, that's fine. That's okay. And there is always the option of just doing flats too. Don't do hills. If you can't, fix it, or can't, if you have time, then just do hills. Just do flats. Don't do hills. It's fine. But nonetheless, these are things that I want to make sure we're all aware of. I just don't want misinformation out there, because that can be handled, A lot of this is normal stuff you've seen me use before. Anything new down here? I just went back to this body. I like that body. I went back to my old textures. These are not even the HD textures. I did a lot of like 1K. I did a lot of 1K instead of 2K stuff. The reason being, I was trying to not put as much stress on my game and get in as many good things as I could to make the game look as nice as possible. But that also meant I saved a little space using the 1K versions, so I did that as much as I could. So you might say, well, the 1K doesn't look quite as good as the 2K, and I might have to admit that it doesn't, but I have actually squeezed a lot of stuff into my game. So, and there may be some things that we'll remove as we go or drop, but for now, I'm liking this. I'm liking the fire effects and the embers, and I like these Witcher braziers and stuff. And the animated clutter is fun. I forget who had recommended that to me, but I appreciate it. It's fun. It works. Just Ice, it's good, and I like it. It doesn't really fix my problem in Windhelm like I thought it would, which is too bad. But it still looks good though. This ice does look good. I did Rowley's road signs just for fun. The same reason I did, what was it I did up here? I did this Renthal's wood textures. Just for fun, just because I could, and I wanted it to look a little nicer. I did the noble furniture, which looks good. It would be nice if this just told us, just a list of what it actually changes. It just says a retexture of all the noble furniture items. I don't know which items that is. However, I'm not trying to grump. I'm just saying that a little more, just a little list would have been nice, Prismatic insects, because I've always liked this. This is one of OwwThatSmarts that I always just thought was kind of whimsical but fun, and I like it. It's kind of like the fairies. I like the fairies. Now, I did the quality cube maps, which it says to put it below all your textures. So that's what I've done. I put it below every texture, even the water texture. Okay? So that you get a good reflection. So hopefully that's working. It seems to be working well. We'll see. I kept my animations. I did not change them. I just have this animation. Well, I have XP32, of course. I have this animation, and I have this sitting animation. This is not an animation so much as this just makes sure that all the females in your game, if you start a new game and you meet them for the first time, they will all walk with a feminine walk. Now, in my old game, like Elric's game, where he's level 60-something, he's already met a lot of these women, and they're just going to walk however the game had them originally, okay? So we can't change that. That's kind of baked in once that happens. So let's see, anything else worth mentioning? Nope, that's pretty much it. Still knocking off the tails. So this has been kind of a long state of the load order, but I wanted to go over some things and explain. Part of my reasoning is just that I kind of just got kind of restless with the old load order. I didn't feel like it was really going anywhere or developing. So I just decided to do something new and different and try to show this to you. This has not been fully tested, so this is a state of the load order. Once we play this and prove that everything works out and looks good, play it for, a few hours here and there and check some different things out. So far, I've already played it a couple of hours, but I need to play it some more and actually do some quests and stuff. But if everything is working out, then yeah, this is going to be the newest, latest load order. I could tweak it or change it a little bit, so just be aware. What was it I was looking at? I was thinking I might change. I was already thinking of something I might change, which that's the way my mind works. I'm sorry. When I go through this and I look at this, what was it? There was something that came to mind to change. Oh, I might drop this out and pick up the Nordwar Elven and Orc armor set instead, because I think that's about the same size and I might need that space for it. We'll see. We'll see. Optionally, I might drop these armors, which are not necessary. They were just something I thought would be fun to make my party look a little different than everyone else. You know, it would help me to keep from killing my people. Because sometimes I get all excited and I'm flailing about and I just kill anybody that looks like an enemy. So that might be a change that we'll make. Not right now. We'll see. It could happen. All right? All right. Well, thank you very much for watching. Hope you have a wonderful day, and I will catch you later. Blah! I stick my tongue out at you. Blah! Blah! I dare you, come and get me. There's my tongue. Blah! That's what I think of you, interloper. Blah!